Welcome to Outstanding Individuals. My name's Kellan Breen. This is Cody Lewis.
Hi.
We're back from the brink of death.
I was sick.
Cody was sick.
I still have mucus.
You feel better, though?
Yeah, I'm better.
How bad was it on a scale of 1 to 10 at its worst?
What, a 10 being like I have to be in bed?
Yeah, I would say that.
It was like it was like that middle ground where like if I had to do stuff,
you could.
I could have, but I also didn't want to spread it, and then I just would have felt shitty.
You still do shows, though?
No, I canceled everything.
Wow.
Just because then I feel bad if like someone's around me who's sick, and you're like, you clearly shouldn't be around.
Yeah.
And they're still there. You're like, dude, just get out of here.
How many spots did you cancel?
Well, one I had to host a mic, I canceled. Then I had to cancel a spot. Just 3.
3? All right.
It's not that bad.
It's not bad.
I think I had someone cover. Oh, Billy covered one, so we're good.
Shut up, Billy.
Shout out, Billy.
But we're back. 1 week off. I know the fans missed it.
I think it's 2 weeks, no?
No, it was only 1.
I don't even remember last time.
Yeah.
Anyway, what's new? What's going on?
What's new with me? I put out a stand-up clip, first time ever.
That was the first time.
First time.
Very professional.
Yeah, looks good. Shout out Brian. I don't know how to say his last name. Bayo.
I think you just want it to be Bay. You always talk about handsome.
Brian Bay. He's a very handsome man. I got like I think his girlfriend was at the show, and she's very nice, and she followed me. But I think she's like a model, so I can't follow her back. I can't follow a model.
Why not?
I'm in a relationship. Don't you think it's weird when you'll see some guy in a relationship and he's like liking random like weird pics, and I'm like, dude, what are you doing?
Yeah, but you don't like him. You just look at him from afar.
I know a guy. I'm not gonna say anything else, but he will like pictures. Like him and I have a mutual friend, and they'll post this woman will post like a picture of her, like it's like a sexual.
Yeah.
And he'll like it, and I'm like, dude, what are you doing?
Yeah. Some girls don't care. That's the crazy thing.
I'm like, you have a girlfriend.
I'm at a point right now where because as I mentioned, I have a girlfriend now, but I haven't like cleaned up my feed yet.
You got to clean that feed up.
So it's like still like sometimes I'm scrolling and a woman nursing pops up.
Yeah. That's your whole feed.
Have I talked about the nursing thing on here?
I don't think so.
It's insane because on Instagram you can just show the breast because it's technically like medical because they're nursing.
Okay.
But they're just hot ass models who happen to have kids, so they're exploiting these babies' heads. And
for views and clicks.
For views and clicks, and it's not like you're just looking at the head on the boob and no nipple. She pulls off her shirt and her boobs jiggle down, and then that puts the baby on.
So your whole feed, you gotta hold and hit not interested.
But I'm interested.
You are interested.
I can't help it.
That's your ideal discovery feed.
It's just something.
You spent years curating that.
Yeah, we're gonna blow it off to some broad.
Yeah, for your perfect needs. Does she listen?
Yeah, she listens. We should erase everything I just said.
Did she ever say anything? Remember when I called her a lady of the night when I didn't really know that meant prostitute?
Oh, really?
Did she say anything?
I don't know if she listened to that one.
Thank God.
She listens once every few.
Hope not.
She should listen to all, as a good woman should.
Just apology if you heard that, and if you're listening now.
No names.
So you got to clean that Instagram up.
Yeah, the Discover page is insane. And, so I've been seeing the nursing videos. What else? How long do you think should it be till a girlfriend meets your family go?
I think it depends on if your family's local compared to, like, if your family is in a different state. I think it all varies.
Okay.
Like, your family's in a different state, so it's going to maybe be longer, or it's going to maybe be shorter, because if there's an opportunity to meet them, you might be like, well, we might as well, because I only see them once or twice a year.
That's fair. That's fair.
That's a good answer.
Clip it.
Clip that life hack.
This is now just a relationship podcast, so that's pretty good.
I have a good, let's start it. If we're talking about relationships, I have a good, am I like the asshole Reddit?
Yeah.
About relationships. We'll start off hot with a nice segment of Reddit, which I think people like.
Yeah, it did well.
All right.
It did okay.
Am I the asshole for breaking up with my girlfriend because she didn't tell this guy to stop putting his hand on her leg? Okay, here we go. We went to a concert and sat down, and these two guys walked up and sat down on the sides of us. We were all talking. She's talking to the guy on her left. I'm talking to the guy on my right. Then I noticed that he keeps pressing his leg against hers.
Classic.
And then he starts resting his hands on his hands, not hands. Then he starts resting his hand on her thigh. I was about to get up and leave, but the guy grabs his friend and says, "Hey, let's get out of here." She turns to me all smiley after I leave, and I told her what I saw, was a deal breaker, and I'm leaving. And then he's basically like, she said it's my job to tell him, but I felt like she should say something first, and I can't be around her, thinking this kind of stuff. And then he's basically like, yeah, I drove her home. It's a new relationship. I don't know who this guy was. I feel uncomfortable. What do you think? That's a good one. That one's kind of hard.
Good one. Yeah, because that one...
usually they're like so one-sided.
Yeah.
They're like, I kissed my coworker, and I'm married, and she gave me a blowjob.
Yeah.
Am I the asshole? And we're
Right,
like,
right.
yeah, of course.
Right. Yeah, that is a good one. That one's tough. Because if the guy says something, then it becomes a fight. But the girl's also like in an uncomfortable thing.
I don't know if guys are that quick to fight, though.
But if you got to think, though, if a guy is putting...
Yeah, but you can just be like, hey, don't, like, this is my girlfriend, please don't put your hand, we're actually going to get out of here, come on, let's go. That's all you have to say.
Yeah, but a guy who's like willingly... Like that guy, when he sat down, he knew they were together.
Yeah, but...
And he's like, fuck you.
I don't know if he's ready to fight. I think he's like, oh, I'm going to go do this, and I'm like the man. But like, if you kind of like confronted them,
Yeah.
I feel like most people are like, we don't need to.
I don't know.
Throwing a punch first, I think, is like way harder.
Yeah, but some guy just wants to like come in and be like...
So it's definitely her. She should say something.
What should she say?
Because if I were at a event with my girlfriend and a woman came up and put her hand on my leg, I would immediately be like, please don't touch my leg. This is my girlfriend. Like, you're being completely inappropriate.
Yeah, that's fair.
Like, who are you? Like, why? I don't want to talk to you.
Right. Yeah, I guess. But then, yeah, I don't know.
The counter argument is she was scared. You could say she was scared.
But she also, to just like that, I mean, it's like an uncomfortable situation, but to just look over and like smile.
Yeah.
You should be like, okay, that was weird. I didn't know what to do. And then he's like, yeah, I didn't know what to do. And then it's fine.
Then it's fine.
Unless she's like, I don't know. But for her to just be like, ha ha ha.
Yeah. And what does the viewer think? We'll give you a second. Oh,
wrong. You're wrong.
That was stupid. Pause now and say what you think. I have a friend who would pause podcast and he would chime in and then he'd unpause.
Like as he's listening?
As he's listening, he'd be like in the car and he's like pause and he's like, well, I actually think this, guys. And then
He tells you that?
He told me, he's like, do you think that's weird? And I was like, yeah, I think that is kind of weird, actually. His name is Mungo.
You have a friend named Mungo?
Funny enough, his name isn't Mungo. Neither is his middle name, but everyone calls him Mungo. There's nothing to do with any of his names.
You know my grandma's boyfriend, his name is Kim?
Asian?
No.
What?
White man, Republican.
A white man named Kim? Is that possible?
Well, he doesn't know where he got that nickname because his real name's Howard. But he's like, yeah, I don't, that's just my name.
Does he look Asian?
No, zero Asian.
Wow.
The least Asian man I've ever seen.
So he's black?
Yeah, a little. Let's pull it back a little. He looks like he would have been at Pearl Harbor.
So he's Asian?
No, like running from the Asians.
Oh, okay. All right.
The Japanese specifically.
The Japanese.
Did
you know what the acronym JAP means?
No.
Jewish American Princess?
Who says that?
Apparently everybody. I learned it first in Long Island. Someone said like, yeah, these effing Japs. And I was like, whoa. And they're like, no, it means Jewish American Princess. And I was like,
no
what?
way. Are you sure?
100%.
Googling it.
And then Becca also, she was like, yeah, everyone knows that. And she has a story where she said it and everyone was like, Becca, no one knows. Like, I know what you're talking about, but these people don't know that means this.
Right. Jap.
Don't Google that. You'll be on a list.
JP.
Say Jap acronym or whatever. What does it say?
It's a slur for Japanese.
No, say is acronym the right?
Yeah. I think they were just fucking with you.
Nope, look. Boom, what does it say? You're bad at Google.
Yeah, the Jewish because it's fucking AI thing starts popping
Jewish
up.
American Princess. Are you always in incognito?
No,
is that incognito?
No. It's just like the color scheme.
I forgot someone at a mic had a joke where they're like, I always go incognito except porn. So if someone looks at my history, they're like, this guy only looks at porn. That's kind of funny.
Yeah, that is kind of funny. Did I talk about Donnell Rawlings?
If you guys know who Donnell Rawlings is, he's a comic.
And
like famous comedian.
He comes in
to where?
To Greenwich Village Comedy Club.
Shout out.
One of the guys outside getting people trying to sell tickets, like brought him in, was like, hey hey, you should come in. Like, just saw him, and he's like, I'll come
Yeah.
in. So Donnell comes down, sits in a dark corner, immediately wants a drink.
What if Donnell sees this?
I hope. I'm
Whoa.
going to fight him. My plan is to fight this
He's
guy.
very famous. Chappelle show, everything, like multiple specials.
Loser.
He said it, not me, Donnell. I would never say that. Keep going. I would never call a black man a loser. Keep going.
It's nothing to do with his blackness, okay? But anyway, he sits in the corner. Anyway, this is the whole thing. Like, we didn't know if he was going to go up, and then we're like, okay, let's get him up. So then I went to him. I was like, hey, you're doing 10 minutes. I'll let you at 8. And he said, where can I get a drink? And I said, the server's coming. And then I went back when I went to light the comic on stage. And he sat there for like 20 minutes.
Yeah.
So it's not the best place to be sitting.
Yeah.
Whatever. So then I go back. I'm like, hey, I'm lighting him right now. And he's like, I need a drink. And I'm like, he said, I grabbed your server. He's busy. He'll get it. Like, he was kind of mean about it. I was like, so he got the drink. And I brought him up. I was going to ask his credit, which I should have asked his credit.
Yeah.
As we know. But I was also nervous. Everyone was making such a big deal about it. But I'm like, I don't want him to give me this long-ass credit, fuck up his name. I'd rather just say, you've seen it on Comedy Central, which is a fact, and then bring him up. So that's what I did. And he gets up there. He's like, oh, Comedy Central. I haven't been on Comedy Central for 15 years. And also, I've been on this and this and this. And so why the fuck am I here? And then he proceeded to shit on the room for the next 5 minutes.
When he's shitting on the room, are people laughing?
Yeah, they're laughing.
Because it is, yeah. Never mind. Keep going.
And then, I mean, it's not the nicest place.
Yeah.
But,
it's, and sometimes, and a lot of clubs are just like basements. And it's like, it's a good place to do comedy. But
Yeah, for
it's
sure.
not the most like aesthetically pleasing. Most clubs are not like, oh, look at this this is beautiful.
Right. And then he's talking about like, oh, I just opened for Dave Chappelle. He's like name dropping Dave Chappelle because they did the Chappelle show together.
Yeah.
And then I turn on the light like to light him. Especially, I gave him an extra 2 minutes because the booker was like, give him an extra 2 minutes. And so I light him.
He's doing well though.
He's doing good. I light him at 10, and the light there literally lights up the whole room. Like, it's so bright.
Yeah.
And he sees it on, and then he looks at it, and he's like, what, you trying to get me off? And I was like, no, keep going, you're good. And he's like, well, I see the light. And so then I turn it off, and then he did another extra 5 minutes, so ran the light, whatever. I go up on stage. He looks at my hand. I go to shake his hand. He looks at it and then looks at my face and like mad dogs the fuck out of me, and then doesn't shake my hand and gets off stage, and then storms out of the club. And the guy who had like barked him in, he was like, what the fuck was that? They don't give me enough. They only give me fucking 10 minutes at this shitty ass club, blah, blah, blah. And he's like storms off pissed. And then it ruined the rest of the show because the comics were like, that was horrible. That guy's such a dick.
Yeah.
It basically just sucked because I'm like, you're like a famous comic. Like, this should be like a fun moment for everyone.
Yeah.
And then he just came in there and was just the biggest dickhead. I'm like,
yeah. I think he's had a sour taste in his mouth from the drink, not getting the drink.
I think it was a combo. I think it was he came in. He had to sit through other comics.
Yeah.
So he was like, in his head, he probably should come and get the drink, go up. Instead, he's sitting through all these other comics.
Yeah.
We didn't know who he was at first. So I think, and then we light the whole room. We only give him 10 minutes. Like, they're just like all these things.
What was his drink?
I don't even know. Because the server came and took his order. But then now I've been following him on Instagram and like doing a little research on Reddit. He just sounds like he's kind of a miserable person who thinks he's deserves something.
Wow.
I mean, he does well. Like,
have you had other famous drop-ins?
We had JB Smooth's brother.
Okay, anyone else? So no.
No, but
we had JB Smooth's brother. I don't even know who JB Smooth is.
The guy on the black dude on Curb Your Enthusiasm.
Oh, I do know him.
Yeah, he's awesome.
What's his name on Curb again?
I don't remember.
Remember when he's saying ejaculate? Do you remember that episode?
No.
No, never mind. His brother? So who? I mean, we had a famous guy's brother.
Yeah, but that's how that's like when he walked in, he was like hammered, but he's like, I'm JB Smooth's brother. And we're like, we'll give you time.
Yeah.
And then he went up, and then he's like, does anyone recognize me? And then someone's like, JB Smooth's brother? He's like, yeah. So, and then he didn't do well.
Really?
Yeah, it was like fine.
Was he even a comic?
Yeah, he had like he opens for someone.
Also, when Donnell was on stage, was he actually doing any jokes? Or it was just kind of riffing and stuff?
It was like riffing, then he like kind of did jokes, but it was a lot of like, you know, like how Chappelle will like just kind of, he just like walks through whatever he's saying and he eventually can land a punchline.
Yeah.
I feel like he was kind of doing
that,
where you're kind of just, there was like long periods where there's nothing happening, but you're still engaged.
Yeah,
I'm not taking his comedy wise, he's obviously very good.
You just think he's not a nice guy.
He's just not nice. He just did everything wrong. He's
Yeah.
like just a bad taste in my mouth.
Wow.
So my plan is to fight him.
Shout
Donnell,
out.
coming for you.
Boxing match.
Go.
Celebrity boxing match.
Yeah.
Would you ever do one of those?
With Donnell?
If you were a celebrity, would you ever do a celeb boxing match?
I feel like that's just if I could still train, then yeah.
Yeah.
Like if you had some sort of background in training for a while, but if you just like went in,
I'd be so worried. You ever see the video of that like famous boxer who got like hit in the head a few times and then he was like paralyzed from the waist down or whatever?
no.
It's like it's like traumatizing.
Yo, actually, this
And he was so hot and then he became like a fucking bloated fish. It's like, oh.
well, that's horrible.
Yeah, I feel bad. That's why I'd be like, well, I don't think this isn't worth it.
I mean that is rare, I would say.
Yeah, but who knows? CT.
That's true.
Shout out CT.
One time in 7th grade, there was like a from 7 to 10, and you come and there's all these games, like a night thing.
Mm-hmm.
So it was like after school, and there was it's like a boxing ring, and you put on these giant gloves.
Okay.
Have you seen those?
Yeah.
So you just go, and there's this girl that I had a crush on. She's like, we should do it, and I was like, yeah, let's do it. And she's like, don't fucking
hit me
don't
hard.
hit me hard, like basically saying like, don't go hard on me, let me win type of thing. And
you fucked her up.
no, and so I did that, and then everyone was like, dude, she fucking beat your ass, and I was like, I couldn't be like, no, she asked me to. So now, and then I look like this wimp, and I should have beat the fuck out of her.
I thought we were past this, hitting women on the pod. Talking about it at least.
No, but
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying?
No, it's a lose.
I was being a nice guy.
Because in
and
7th
everyone
grade,
was like,
you have to, when someone like starts coming at you like that, you get like defensive.
yeah.
You're never like, what are you talking about? Of course I'm not going to hit her.
Right.
Wow.
That's some childhood trauma right there.
I had a similar situation in like 7th grade. I had to do like, we had like the giant Q-tips, you know what I'm talking about? Like the big Q-tips.
Yeah.
Like,
oh, yeah.
and I was on a bucket, and then there was this underclassman girl that was on a bucket, and we had to like, it was like a sudden death face-off, first one to get knocked off, and I just fucked her up.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, everyone was watching, and I just went like, and she fell, and I was like, I won.
Did everyone think you were a jerk for it?
No, they were like, nice, you won. Hell yeah. I was like, yeah.
Put you on your shoulders. There.
Those were scary in 7th grade. I always tell the story. I went into a new school. My school was 7th through 12th grade. It was very small. It was like 200 and something kids or whatever. But I go into this school, and in 7th grade, I get paired for whatever reason. I'm in gym with the seniors, which is scary. So because I have to go in a locker room with a bunch of seniors.
Yeah.
And I go into the locker room.
Were you in 7th grade?
7th grade.
Oh, shit.
And one of the seniors bust in the room. This kid Kevin O'Rourke, shout out, he's very funny. And he busts in the room, and he just starts going. He's like, "If you like men, say hey." No, all his friends are like, "Hey," and it was really funny. But it was just like scary because they just like all got fucking whipped out took off their pants.
12th grade cocks.
Yeah, they got these 12th grade cocks flopping around, and I got my my
7th grade penis.
7th grade penis, and I'm like, shit, this is really scary. And then I'm playing gym with them, and
Yeah, that's kind of gnarly.
gym is supposed to be the best part of the day. You just fucking chill.
Yeah.
Did you ever have some crazy gym story in the locker room or something?
No, there was like no one would get naked because I remember the other school in the like city next to us.
Yeah.
Who like I knew kids from there. They were like completely naked. But our
Crazy.
school district wasn't. So it was like this is good.
It's really kind of crazy when people that young get naked as a group. Like, what are you talking about?
Yeah. Dude, people are so mean. That's like the meanest kids are in that age group, and then they're like, well, let's show everyone your little wiener.
Yeah. Really scary.
Yeah.
Kids made fun of me just for not knowing like words. I told that story. I didn't know what a camel toe was.
I think so.
Some kid was like, "Oh, you got a camel toe," and I just laughed. I was like in the background
yeah.
laughing. He's like, "You don't know what that is," and I was like, It's a boner," and he's like, "No, you idiots!" And then they all laughed, and I was like, "Fuck."
Yeah, dude, those are brutal times when you're
Getting
a kid.
humiliated in front of the whole class.
Yeah.
You fall over or something. You ever like trip and fall in front of everyone?
No, but that is even now when I fall.
I fell down the stairs on
embarrassing.
a show Sunday.
All right.
Leaving. I really fucking fell. And these people are like, "Oh, are you okay?" So I had 2 minutes to appreciate my set. But that's the most recent one.
Why did the other day the manager at Broadway was like, "Cody, you fell off stage?" I was like, "What?" Like, I don't know, there's a rumor of me falling.
Did you fall?
No. That's why it's weird.
Wow.
Who knows? I was going to say something is really important.
All right, let's do the second segment.
Okay.
Second segment. Should we do life hack? Or a joke that didn't work?
We can do a joke that didn't work.
All right, joke that didn't work. If you're just tuning in, which you're not, first segment, joke that didn't work. Also, on the last episode we posted, I said something in the comments. I'm like, no one's, or the headline, not the headline, the episode description.
Yeah.
I was like, just writing something. I'm like, on this episode of Outstanding Individuals, Cody and Kellan. And I was like, no one reads these. Fucking, to prove it, someone DM me. I'll give you $1. And someone like, you can like ask questions on Spotify or whatever. Some guy's like, I'm here for the $1. It was someone Doug. I think my cousin Doug, or we have a random fan named Doug, but
That's
shout
sick.
out Doug. I'm not.
Hey, Doug, thanks for
I'll give you
listening.
$1 next time I see if it's you. Okay, so
is this a joke for me? Do you want to go first?
yeah, I'll go first. Joke that didn't work. Joke we tried this week that didn't work on stage.
You were so ready to just go first.
Stand-up comedy. Well, mine's. I already got it up. Look at this.
I'm joking.
So the other day I was sitting at a coffee shop next to this guy, and I could see his computer, and he pulled up his bank account, and he had so much money. I feel like that. I tried this yesterday.
Yeah.
You shouldn't be allowed to do that. I would have rather have him pull out his penis.
Yeah.
And then yesterday it wasn't working, so I just was like, I would have rather had him pull out his penis and masturbate it on my face.
No, I think the idea is funny. And I thought this yesterday when you were saying it, is I think you need why is that a problem that he is?
Because I'm so poor.
Yeah, but which I get that. But I think that's what the joke kind of needed was like.
It also might not be funny. It might just be like a. I don't know. It might just be like oh fuck. That sucked.
Right.
Yeah, he had so much money. He had like 6 figures or something.
Because that happens like at Broadway because we were by the ATM, and like people don't take their receipts and you see their balance and it's fucking 400,000. You're like, what? Why are you here?
Yeah.
And I have so little money.
So yeah, that didn't work. It bombed. That mic yesterday was okay. I feel like he did all right.
Yeah, it was
the
not
first
bad.
comic did great. Everyone else did horrible. I think it was also there was a guy mopping. Not to get too much insider baseball, but there was just a guy mopping during the mic, and I was like, well, I guess this is a distraction.
Yeah, I mean, dude, that mic's fucking fuck mics. Who knows? The mic one joke I've been doing, it works at mics, and people have told me like that's funny, and it bombs at shows. Is I talk about going to the bar with all black people,
Mm-hmm.
and then I say, oh, I was the only white guy. I'm like, yeah, but I blend in well with black people, like, because believe it or not, I grew up with a black president.
Yeah.
And that for some reason, comics like that, and real people are like.
I've seen that work at a show though.
I don't think it has.
I've definitely seen guys. I grew up with a black president.
Yeah, I guess it maybe pause more, but also I don't know. I feel like it probably just needs more of like, what am I learning from this black person? Then I reveal it's the president type of thing.
You're saying that tag doesn't work, or that the
Just,
whole thing doesn't
no,
work?
the bit itself
Is good.
it works. Like I've like there's a part that works, and I'm just trying to like add. There's 3 parts that work. And I'm trying to add like that. I just need like one more punchline for it to feel like a complete joke, and that black president thing. I was like, I got it, nailed it, and then I've been trying at shows, and everyone's like, huh?
My speaking of black president, my dad had this friend who has since died. This guy Joe,
Shout out.
who was a huge redneck. He drilled our well to our house. We had well water. But he was a huge redneck, super nice guy, but he was he had so many redneck friends, like so many, that were like his dad's friends. He came like, a long line of rednecks. And when Obama got elected, he was basically like, so many people have told me that if Obama wins, they're going to kill him.
Kill Obama.
Yes.
Oh my God.
And me and my dad were like, what? He's like, I know at least 7 people who have said that. I was like, oh my gosh.
That's crazy.
Isn't that crazy?
That is crazy.
And we were like, that's crazy. He's like, yeah, I don't know. These are just people that I've known my whole life.
Right.
Because he was like a well, and he knew a bunch of farmers upstate and stuff. Just guys that like didn't know how to read.
Right.
My dad knew one guy who was a farmer who like legitimately didn't know how to read, and when he would talk, he was just like, and I was like, I would turn to my dad, and be like, what did he say? My dad's like, I don't know. But he fixed a tractor he fixes tractors for $25.
Wait, is it New York? Upstate?
Upstate.
That is crazy, because in my head, New York doesn't have rednecks.
No, yeah,
But they gotta be
I
around.
met a few rednecks.
But like where I'm from in California is like very like not like ranchers and like
Yeah.
cowboys and right wing, but people don't expect that. But
Yeah, it's crazy when you meet someone like on either side. I feel like that's like so far on either side. I'm like,
Yeah.
wait, what?
yeah,
You actually think these things?
'cause especially like I feel like for our generation, we think of Obama as like he was a good president, who, like
Great president.
most people liked,
Yeah,
and then but there's probably so many people who actually despise him, but we just don't know.
yeah. My dad, he lives even further upstate, and we go to this junkyard guy. You ever go to these places where it's like they just sell a bunch of stuff that like you find at junkyards, and like you kind of go through the junk, and you're like, oh shit, look at this lamp, this is cool, and he's like, oh, give me
Like a pawn shop.
yeah, like that. But it's
Yeah.
like it's like if a pawn shop like totally let go of itself.
Is
It's
it
just
outside?
It's just piles of junk. It's some of it's outside, some of it's inside. It's like complete crazy. So we go there, and the first time I bring Becca there, my girlfriend, shout out, we go there, and I'm talking to the guy that runs it, who's kind of like a maniac. And he's like, yeah, I don't know how Canada comes up. He's like, yeah, Canada, Canada's pretty good. The only problem with Canada is all those Afghanis. And we're like, what? He's like, they just got rid of those guys. I'd probably move up there. Anyway, let me know if you see anything you like. I'll give you a price on it. And Becca's like, and I'm like,
Yeah.
I didn't even know, are there a lot of Afghanis up there?
Right.
Also, is that the right word?
Right.
Is Afghanis the right?
Yeah, I think so. I don't know.
I don't know either.
It is funny when you hear like blatant racism, because obviously everyone jokes about it.
Yeah.
But when you hear someone who's like serious, you're like,
He was
oh,
so serious.
this is insane.
Yeah.
Because we are not racist.
We love all races.
Yeah, especially Chinese.
Chinese your favorite, you think?
No, black.
I love talking to an Asian person, like a Korean or someone, Japanese, Chinese, and I tell them, I'll ask, when you look at an Asian person, can you recognize which one? They always go, yeah, oh yeah, for sure. I was talking to someone the other day, an Asian guy, I was like, can you tell? He's like, oh, easily. And I was like, how? He's like, well, if they're Chinese, they're loud. And I'm like, you can say that, I can't. But this is what they tell me. And I go, I'll just go like, wow, really? And he's like, yeah. And I'm like, oh,
So
shit.
they
And he said Japanese, slim.
Right. Koreans have bigger heads.
Green has bigger heads. That's what someone told you is what you meant to say.
I've seen pictures. No, I went on Google once and like how to identify Asians.
And that's what they said.
I don't know. I might have made the big head thing up.
Yeah.
Maybe
We'll cut that. We're not going to cut that.
Let's look at that up. That's a good thing to
Let's
look
look at that up. Why'd you become Italian, man? Let's look at that up.
Look it up.
But this is what they tell me. But I love asking, and on Mondays we'll Broadway comedy shout out, I'll talk to black comics. I love asking questions about. I'll go, hey, let me ask you a question about black people, and I ask a question, and every time I've asked a different race about like, is this true? They'll give me an honest.
Right.
I'm like, is it true? I always hear this thing, black people are late. Is that true? And my black friend the other day was like, oh yeah,
And
I was like, why?
Oh, right,
He's
right.
like, I don't know, but it's true.
Right. Do
And
you
I
know
was
what?
like, oh shit.
Last night at the show, there was this couple I was hosting, and they were like poly, and they were like,
How do you know they're poly?
Because I asked them, like, you guys together? And they're like, I'm like, what's
That's
up?
so funny though, because poly means they are together. So you could just have been you guys together, and they could have been like, yes.
Yeah, but then,
But every poly person just wants to say I'm poly.
yeah, and they were just so obnoxious, like the
Yeah.
whole show. Because then they're like, we have another couple, and the blah blah. blah. And
Yeah.
we're like, okay, whatever.
So fucking annoying.
But then they're so annoying. But then there's a black comic on stage who's talking about he's African, talking about how white people.
Why are white people? That's my African guy.
Why-
Why do white people do this? I do not understand. I can do a pretty good black guy from Africa.
I don't know. Why are white people like this?
The white man is like this. We'll cut that. All right, keep going.
And then he's like, oh, white people, they'll just give you whatever name, like they don't know how to pronounce names, which is a true thing.
What does that mean though? Like, give me an example.
Like he's like, oh, they'll just give you whatever name. My real name is Ikalapanga, and they'll just be like, oh, Jamal or whatever.
Oh, okay.
That's not the joke. It's like in that general.
Yeah.
And but there's the poly couple. One guy, the guy was black, the girl was white, and the guy's like saying
a black poly guy.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. They were the most obnoxious people I've ever
Yeah.
met in my life. But as the comic is talking about the white people, the white girl's going, True. That's so fucking true. White people. I'm like, you're fucking
The worst.
white.
Yeah.
Like,
the
don't
worst.
let the black people have this moment where like
Yeah.
they can relate to this, and the white person like being like,
It's about them.
it just drew me. I'm like, come on, that's
Yeah.
so dumb.
So dumb.
Anyway, I hate white girls.
The white men give me a American name. I lost it. I had it for a minute. I lost
He
it.
was American, the guy on stage.
Oh, he
but
didn't. He
his
didn't have the.
family
He
was
didn't have the
African.
African accent.
No.
All right, scratch that.
Where did you? I don't know if that voice is good.
Good. And you're saying like it's
What-
bad for my the pod or
No,
good?
I don't. I think Shane Gillis made it so we can say whatever now.
He did did you hear the Jamaican one he did on SNL?
No,
I can't do a Jamaican one. I love a Jamaican accent though.
it's very funny.
Yeah. So
What's your best accent? That's a good question.
probably that. I mean, probably
That's your
probably
best?
Asian, but I just can't do that because that one's the easiest.
Yeah, Asian is easy. But you can do. Why can you do African and not Asian?
That's a good question. Maybe because the N word is worse. So as long as I'm not doing that,
Right? Could you do? But so
I thought this idea they should.
why
make,
is African okay? Because I agree.
Maybe it's not, and I just did an offensive thing.
right.
It feels not as bad.
No, I know that's. I agree. Because if you did the black accent, that would be worse than African. But
That's probably what it is.
right.
Each race has their own offensive accent. Black people already have black accent.
Right.
So if I just don't do black accent, I'm good.
Right. I don't know.
Does white people have an offensive race? It's probably like the Karen,
Southern.
Like, well, the Southern, yeah.
People did shit on that accent, and you just assume someone's dumb if they're that
Yes.
accent.
Yeah, it's actually kind of offensive to
Hey,
Southern people.
well, y'all.
Some very nice people too have that accent.
Yeah, they're like, hello. I can't do accents.
You just did you went completely British.
Wait, do you think this is funny? I was gonna do it with the joke where I talk about hooking up with an Asian girl for the first time, and she stopped me, and she's
Shut
like,
up.
never with a white guy. And then I'm gonna be like, oh. And actually, I'm gonna retell the story, but I'll do it in her accent. Like, are you guys okay with that? And they're like, no. And then when I tell a story, she has a Southern accent. Do you think that's funny, or you think it's been done before?
I don't think it's good.
No?
No, because I don't even know. I don't think you should ask. I think you should say, and she, so she was all like, and then maybe you just do the accent.
Yeah, I think, but you have to like set
She
up
was
the
Southern.
fact.
She was Southern Asian, and then you can stop for a
Right.
second. She was Southern Asian, and then you keep doing the accent.
Yeah, that might work.
That might work.
I feel like though the mystery.
I don't
kinda-
like the. Do you guys mind if I ask? I don't like. Or do you guys want to? Do you guys okay if I do this?
Yeah.
I don't like that.
But if you go, oh, and yeah, she had the accent or an accent. Basically, you have to set up that she has some sort of accent.
Yeah, you can say she had an accent, so she was like, and then
Yeah.
you do the Southern. That might work.
Yeah, that might work.
All right, shout out.
Is that okay if I do this? Excuse me, can I have permission?
Do you guys mind if I'm gonna leave you with this crazy joke. I hate that as well.
Why leaving with the joke?
Someone will go at the end of their set. I'm gonna leave you with this rated X joke. They'll say that, and then they do a rate like they do. They just like say a slur,
Yeah.
and I'm like, okay,
Yeah.
sorry. All right, we're already at 34, and I've said many offensive things.
Yeah, this one's on you.
Let's do life hack into our mystery segment, which is just the top 3. Let's do life hack. Mine isn't funny, my life hack, but it has been really helping me. I have been taking magnesium 3-8
Yes.
before bed, and I've really been sleeping throughout the night.
Oh, the help sleep?
Magnesium 3-8. There's many. I think there's a few different magnesiums. Magnesium 3-8. I take it half hour to an hour before bed. Whew. I've been like, boom. Close my eyes, open them. I got a fucking rock hard boner, and it's 9 o'clock in the morning.
You sleeping sitting up?
Yeah, I'm still sleeping sitting up because I have heartburn, but it's getting better. I've also Becca brought this thing back from Florida when she last time she visited, which was like CBD sleep, like
Yeah.
drops.
Yeah.
I'll do that occasionally. I don't know how much that's helping, but it makes me feel I'm like such a. If I take something, like if I had a sip of like a small sip of coffee at like 10 o'clock at night, I would be so in my head like, oh no, I can't sleep now.
Yeah, I do that too.
So I do like the CBD, and whether or not it's doing anything, I'm like, whoa, I'm so tired.
Yeah.
But I like magnesium 3-8. Take it, helps you sleep, gives you great boners.
Yep, I got a
Your
big
life
one.
hack.
Blue Chew.
Blue
Shout
Chew.
out.
Shout out Blue Chew. This isn't a sponsor. This is a life hack.
You take Blue Chew before you have sex,
Okay.
and it makes your penis very big.
Okay.
That's it.
All right.
I haven't thought of one. I just thought of that now.
Blue Chew. All right.
It's good. Blue
How many
Chew
how many
works.
pieces?
I took one, and it gave me the largest erection I've ever had.
Were
It's
you
all veiny, too.
were you
Veins I never even know were there were popping out.
your veins on your arms are popping out too?
Every vein.
Have you thought about doing two pieces?
No, in fact,
And is Blue Chew expensive?
you can do like a subscription, and I just got like 6. And then I texted him, and I was like, can you cancel? I'm not getting laid. But really, I just got out of the funk I was in, and I was yeah, I'm hard now.
You just take it to masturbate, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Also, though, this is, and I don't know if this is mental. I don't know how I ended up talking about this. But the next few days after I took it, my erections didn't feel as hard.
Wow.
Without the Blue Chew. So then I got in my head like.
That's got to be mental.
Yeah.
Because, I think, isn't the whole thing with drugs is there's like the half-life of drugs only lasts a certain amount.
Oh, yeah, right.
Yeah, so there's no way it was still in your system. Or maybe, I don't
No,
know.
I
Maybe,
just think it
maybe
like
it increased your level of something so much, and then there's like a refurb.
depletion.
And then
yeah.
it depletes.
Refractor.
That's the word I was looking for, refract.
Yeah, no, that's what I don't know, though. I should look it up.
Yeah, that might be true. I took Viagra once. Didn't do really anything.
No?
No.
Were you by yourself?
I was by myself.
Yeah, you can't do that.
Yeah.
Creep.
All right, top 3 mystery segment. This week, it's a good one. Top 3 kisses.
Always have to steal my kisses from you.
What song is that?
You don't know that song?
I don't think I know this one.
Steal the Kisses song?
Who sings it?
I'm going to look it up.
Top 3 kisses. Do you want to go first or me go first? Are you looking this up?
I'm going to have a song.
And you're going to play it?
I was going to sing it.
You know what? Let's let the viewer go first. Top 3 kisses. You go first. Listening. Okay. And... Wow. Okay. That one was good.
I like that one.
That one's good.
Ben Harper, Steal My Kisses from You.
Song sucks.
I pulled up in Nashville, Tennessee.
Don't sing the whole thing.
But you wouldn't even come around to see me. And since you're heading up to Carolina,
You been to Nashville?
you know I'm going to be right there behind you. What do you think?
This is fucking horrible. Okay, I'm going to go first. Do you have your top 3 kisses?
I didn't realize that's what we were doing.
What do you mean?
No, I'm trying. Yeah, I got it.
Okay. First one, when you are like 16 and your girlfriend kisses you in front of the boys.
That's what this segment is?
Yeah. But that's my one. That's one of mine. So then you go back to the boys and they're like, fuck yes, bro, you're the man. And you're like, I am the man.
Even like top 3 times you've kissed someone.
No, this is, this necessarily hasn't even really happened to me, but that would be a great scenario of like, fuck yes, dude, dap me up. You're the coolest.
Right.
You're like fucking like, oh my God, I'm on
Cloud 9.
Cloud 9. That's what I was looking for. That's my first one. You go.
Ice kisses.
An ice kiss. You throw the cube in.
Yeah.
And then you kiss.
Yeah.
All right. That's
I don't know if I've ever
never been a really big fan of that.
Why
I remember
not?
one time I was hanging out.
I did it. Yeah, I did it.
With like a bunch of friends, and then like we all went out, and then the day after, this girl was like, "Oh my God, he took like an ice cube and he went down on me, and it was like amazing." And I was like, "That sounds fucking horrible.
Cold.
There's no way that's good."
No.
Okay. He was also he was like a 30-year-old man. It was really weird. Okay, this one.
Why were you with him?
No, she was, and she was like 20, and he was like 38, and I was like, okay, whatever you say. Yeah, that sounds good.
Legend.
You have AIDS now.
Yeah.
I've never done this, but I imagine this is a good kiss. When you come out as gay and you finally kiss a man for the first time. That's got to be the best kiss ever. That might be number 1. You finally accept your sexuality. You go down to the fucking nightclub, and you just start making out with a man, and you're like, this is insane.
You're like, this is it. This is what I've been
Holy
waiting
shit.
for.
This is as good as I thought it was going to be. But yeah, I won't experience that. So I'm a little envious that they get to it. That, the euphoric, the high of that must be so insane. And I'm never going to experience that. Cathartic?
That word.
Yeah.
Right?
So that, I don't even know if I said it right. All right, what's your 2?
Wait, okay.
Hot kisses. That's your second. Kisses where you got a hot tamale in your mouth.
I thought that's what. I didn't realize it's just like when.
That problem is, I think outside the box. You don't know how to do
or
that.
you don't know how to give me a premise. And
I go top 3
me.
kisses. You go, that sounds insane, but let's do it. I go, all right.
Well, and then I found a list of the 25 best kisses, and I was like, and this one comes from, it's near and dear to my heart, ear kisses.
Okay.
You like ear kisses?
Mm-mm.
No?
Not really.
Why? Tickles?
I don't know. It's like, what are we doing? Why you kiss my ear?
Like when they're sucking on shit.
Don't kiss my ear. I think I like it
love
if
it.
I'm like horny as hell.
Yeah.
But whatever. What are we doing? Don't stop kissing my ear. This is gross.
It's sensual.
It's gross. A kiss while you're getting a hand job.
Are you
That's
kidding?
a classic. That's a
A
classic.
hand job kiss.
Yeah.
Why?
She's giving you a hand job, and you're because the hand job alone's not good,
I love the hand job.
and a kiss with a hand job, it just elevates it.
Okay.
Yeah.
This is what. I
also think
agree.
I also
I
think
agree.
a woman is inherently not good at a hand job because she's probably overthinking it. But if she's kissing you, she's kind of focused on the kiss a little, so the
that's
hand
good.
job comes a little easier.
Yes.
Yes.
Clip that.
Get out of your head, women. Just stroke
Just
that
kiss
thing.
me.
Not vigorous. You don't have to be vigorous.
That's the thing. They think they got to go harder than they do.
Yeah. I one time my friend, I won't say his name in case he's listening, with his girlfriend. He went back with a woman, and the next day she was like a 40-year-old woman, and the next day I was like, "How was it?" He was like, "She almost ripped my penis off." He's like, for a minute there, I thought she was trying to rip my penis off.
Yeah, that's funny.
That's how insane it was. I was like, "Oh my god, that sounds horrible."
I think this is not my last one. My last one's good. Right after you nut,
Oh,
and then you kiss. That's
No.
good.
that's gay. What are you even talking about?
You did a literal gay scenario of kisses,
and that's the
now
best one. That's the best one.
The
That one's horrible. After you nut, you're like, you're thinking of everything. You're like, oh my gosh, what?
I prefer as you're nutting and then you're kissing at the same time. That's the best.
All right. Okay, that's different than what you said.
What did I say?
After, not
Like
as.
during, as,
Okay,
after.
That's totally different. Okay, an office romance kiss. I've never done this either, but I bet that because it's like not allowed. So that's fucking hot.
Why is it you think these are so good?
These are amazing.
I need backup.
You're like
in
ice
this pod.
kiss. She's kissing my ear. Like
These are the best kisses.
You had the-
said.
office romance kiss is probably so fucking hot. You're like because there's so much flirting that's going on that lead to the kiss. You were like flirting with your coworker for probably 6 years, and then finally you kiss her at like a holiday party. You both get drunk, and you're like, "Holy shit, I'm fucking married. What is going on? She's married, I'm married. We just kissed. This is nuts." And then the kiss is probably hot. The depression after is probably not hot.
No.
Where you're like, "Oh my god, wait, I'm married."
But what if maybe you're not married? Maybe it's just been building up.
Yeah, that's true. That could be hot as hell. Do you have another?
You've never none of these you've experienced?
No, but I was just thinking about hot kisses. When you finally kiss your crush, that's hot.
I misunderstood this. Spider-Man kiss.
Good. That's a good answer. Your first good answer. That's a great kiss.
Upside
Iconic.
down.
Upside down. Mary Jane. For a second, you're like, is she gonna take his mask off? Oh no, I'm just getting a boner right now.
But have you done an upside down kiss?
I've definitely done it.
Have you ever throat fucked a woman?
Okay, this is not PG, and we're off YouTube. No, we were off YouTube when I did the black guy
Yeah,
African voice. But
yeah. Have you ever throat fucked a woman?
have you ever throat fucked a woman? I lost it. I had it, but I lost it.
You sound more Canadian, right? Or like a Native American.
Jamaica ma, bumbo clap ma. I don't know. Chet Hanks does it.
Can
really
you
well.
erase that? You gotta.
Nah, probably not. When you finally kiss your crush, those are all mine. Office kiss. Yeah, those are my
So then, what's the best kiss you've personally had?
best kiss I've had
don't
was
say
with
your
my
current girlfriend.
with my
She's
girlfriend
not
who I
listening.
love, and she's the best. I don't know if I told this story on air, but I was so nervous it took way longer than it should have. I think it took like 4 days for me to kiss her.
Oh, with Becca?
With Becca.
You guys weren't drinking?
No, I think we went. I never got the first 2 or 3 dates. No, it was just like dinner or like we went to a show or something. And I always had like work the next day or something. I was like, maybe I had like 1 or 2 drinks, but I was still just nervous.
Yeah, right. Yeah. No,
what about you with
it's
your
never-
GF? When that kiss?
Well,
You guys, did you kiss before you started dating? Right? You kissed and then you're like, hey, do you want to?
yeah, that's kind of what it started. But do you know?
That's the way to do it.
Do you know what's funny is we kissed, and it was horrible.
Wow.
And she thought it was horrible.
Cover your ears.
And I thought it was horrible.
And you still
But-
went out.
No, but neither of us said anything.
Yeah.
So then, like the next time we kissed, it was good. And then she's like, "Oh my gosh, dude, the first one's so bad. I thought this would be bad." And I was like, "Same." So that's the point of that is communicate.
What was wrong about it?
On my end, she said it was like I was kissing a statue. I guess
Oh.
I thought she had chapped lips and her tongue was sharp. I don't fucking.
She had a sharp tongue.
It's just like it's like cement tongue.
It's so funny. Her tongue was like a sharp knife.
Yeah, but not like
Wow.
in the cool sense, like a sharp tongue.
Do you have a memory of a bad kiss where you're just like think back to someone you're hooking up with? You're like, that was the worst kiss of all time.
Oh, that's a good question.
I have one. I'm not gonna say their name, obviously.
Go.
But it was just it was like a statue, and I was like, what's going on?
Right, and it never got better.
No, it never got better. You know, I kissed them many more times, and I was like, this is dog
Sometimes
shit.
you do have to just get in the rhythm of someone else.
Yeah,
right?
but it was like I kind of was like, oh, that was weird, that was horrible, and then like the next few times I was like, oh wait, this is just you don't know how to do this. And
Right,
I
right.
don't feel comfortable telling you that how bad this is because that's kind of mean.
Yeah, that's one of those things though. It hurts to tell, but then you're always happy someone told you, right?
Yeah, I imagine. Not me. I'm the fucking pro kisser.
You're the kiss king.
I'm the kiss king. That's what I was looking for.
Okay, well here's a Reddit thing I found.
All right.
Tell me what you would do here.
Reddit. You're in your text. Oh, you found it. Who sent this to you?
I texted myself. What do you do if a guy you're kissing has really bad breath? I had a male friend over last night. He tried kissing me a few times. Not
Hold
only
on,
did
wait,
his
first,
lips feel.
Add some enthusiasm to this.
I had a male friend over last night. He tried kissing me a few times. Not only did his lips feel like they didn't fit with mine, but his breath was putrid. Is that the right word?
Putrid's the right word.
Poor guy. I didn't know what to say or do. Go.
If it's the first time you're kissing someone, they have bad breath, I don't think you tell them.
No. You wait and see if it happens
If it happens again, then you kind of say, hey, this is totally all right. You have bad breath.
Right.
Why don't we get some gum?
A girl did that to me.
What'd she say?
She was like, oh, your breath's kind of bad.
And what'd you say?
I said, okay.
I'm going to kill myself.
And I brushed my teeth.
I'm going to kill myself.
Well, we had also just had like Thai food, so she was like, oh. And I was like, yeah, it wasn't fun.
Yeah, doesn't feel good. But the problem is it's just totally ruining it for the other person.
The breath?
Bad breath is like, oh, this
Yeah, you
sucks.
got to say something, but I feel like that's the most awkward conversation.
What's the meanest thing a girl has said to you? Haven't we done this?
We did, yeah, top 3 meanest. Yeah,
Top 3 meanest things. What about top 3 best roast? Have you ever heard a good roast? You're like, that's a good roast.
About me?
About someone else.
Not that I can think of. In the green room, everyone's always roasting each other so hard.
I like a good one. Sometimes I'll see if someone like shows you a picture of someone, or one time someone's like, "Oh, he kind of looks like you," and I was like, "Yeah, if he drowned,"
That's
or "Yeah, if I drowned," or whatever,
Yeah,
like something like that. That's a good one.
that is good.
Saying someone looks like they drowned. Did you drown recently?
I hooked up with a girl who was a ex-meth head.
Hot.
And when I was describing her, I said she looked like Avril Lavigne if she fell out of an airplane.
Yeah.
And that's pretty good. Like, that's how beat up she looked.
Yeah.
Meth head.
I remember
was I
there was this
doing?
girl that at my old deli who I think was into me, and she was a meth head, and she would take what's that drug to get off heroin? Methadone.
Methadone?
She would take methadone at like lunch and become a zombie.
Oh, really?
She just is like,
Oh, you worked with her?
I worked
I
with
thought she was a customer.
No,
I thought she was like a crackhead customer.
There's nothing worse. I've had a few customers at Long Island that like my coworkers were like, oh, you got to talk to her. You got to, oh, Kellan, you and that girl. And it's like the worst because she would come in the deli and they're like, oh, she's here.
Dude.
Oh,
yeah.
hey, have you talked to Kellan? Come help her.
Yeah.
And I'm like, this fucking sucks.
Yeah, I did at my last
This is so embarrassing.
Citizens. I was working at a place, and this girl would come in and clearly like she was interested in me.
Yeah.
And then so one time she'd come in all the time, and she was like sitting, so I like sat with her because I was on break.
Yeah.
And we like and just talked, but literally the whole staff is like,
Nothing worse.
yeah. And then another time, another girl, she would come in the morning, get coffee like to go, and everyone was always like, oh, like what's going on? And then she gave me her number.
Wow.
But like in front of everyone, and it's just so awkward because I
What
know
did you
everyone's
go out
watching.
with her?
No, it was like when I was seeing my ex-girlfriend. It was like right when I started seeing her again. Otherwise,
So what'd you say when she gave you the number?
I just texted her. I was like, "Hey, I'm like a flat or whatever." I don't know if I said flatter, but I'm seeing somebody.
And what'd she say?
She said, "LOL." I can't remember. I was so high when I sent the text too.
Wow. There's a guy at work who got a number the other day. I don't even know if I should say this. Shout out if you're listening. But yeah, he was I felt bad for him when the girl was like, "Hey, could we hang out sometime?" Because like everyone's watching.
Yeah, it's
And
horrible.
he's like, oh, yeah, sure. And then she like gives him the number.
Was he interested or no?
I think they went out. I don't really know what happened after.
Oh, then that's good.
But I told him, don't fuck this up because that's a sale.
Right.
Don't fuck up the sale.
Dude, that's the thing is like, I worked at Citizens. I'd work with these guys who would just hit on every girl.
Yeah.
And I'm like, you are ruining sales for the company.
Yeah. I'm a company man.
Yeah. I'm always company's number one.
Through and through.
Yeah, dude, it's so awkward. Wait, have you banged a girl from that you met working?
No. I'm a holy man. I'm a Catholic. I'm a Roman Catholic. Irish Catholic.
What's that even mean?
I would never do that. I would never, I don't sleep around like that.
Right, what if you're single?
Irish Catholic. I got to know the woman. I got to love her.
Oh,
I got to see a future.
You,
on the other hand, you know, chlamydia Cody? I don't know. I was trying to think of
That's what they call me.
You ever have chlamydia?
No.
I had a friend that got super chlamydia. I won't say his name. And then it got so bad that like a doctor's like, we got to refer you to like a specialty, like a special clinic.
Yeah.
And then he called and they were like, Pennsylvania AIDS clinic. How can we help you? And he's like, what? And he's like, I got referred to you guys. I have just chlamydia. And they're like, oh yeah, no, this is just for AIDS. And he's like, oh my God.
That's horrible.
And he like went back to his doctor. He's like, I couldn't get, why'd you refer me there? He's like, oh, it's that bad.
What is super chlamydia?
It just wouldn't get cured.
What happens? Pus?
I don't know the symptoms of chlamydia, but like he was going on antibiotics and it wasn't getting cured. And then
Right.
I think it was so bad that he got urethral scarring, and they were like, it might hurt for the rest of your life.
Are you serious?
I don't think it does, but there was a chance.
Who was the girl?
It was a guy.
I mean, who gave it to him?
Oh, I don't know. I don't know if he knows.
That's horrible. Have you had an STD?
No,
Me neither.
because I'm an Irish Catholic, good boy.
I've stuck my penis into some dirty waters.
Into a glory hole.
Into a glory hole.
And you got a STD?
Just festering wounds.
Did you get an STD?
No, I never have.
It's pretty crazy when someone does, because it's like the other person knows that they have symptoms.
Yeah,
right?
or some stuff like not always. Like HPV can they might not know, or you can spread it but you don't have it.
My other friend got it, and then he I think the next day he was like, yeah, I slept with what's her name, and the people were like, you know she has chlamydia, right?
Oh right.
And he was like, what? And then he called her and she's like, yeah, sorry, I got it the other day. And he's like, why the fuck didn't you tell me?
Yeah. Oh, do you know what's funny? One time I was hooking up with this girl, and I didn't know she apparently had it.
Yeah.
But she was my friend, and the girl he was hooking up with knew her.
Yeah.
So we're all I was hooking up with her, and I come out of the room to go to the bathroom, and they're waiting, and they're like, "Hey, just a heads up, she has chlamydia." And we ended up not. She
Did you say to her, "Do you have chlamydia?"
No, because we didn't end up having sex. So it didn't have to. I can't remember what, but it was just so funny how they were waiting, "Hey, you got to know about this."
Yeah,
and I was
yeah.
my god.
Oh my God.
I think I might have. I don't know. It's kind of funny.
Shout out whoever told you.
Yeah.
That's great.
Mm-hmm. What a friend.
All right, we're at 54.
Yeah. Any parting thoughts?
I got a news spotlight. Let's see what this is. Trump's winning the election. Oh my gosh. No, it's about Wendy Williams. Parting thoughts. I posted a stand-up clip. Like it, please. First stand-up clip ever. I'm probably not going to post any more, though. I'm gay. You're up. He burps. Okay. See you next week. I love all of you.
Bye.